Hey there, welcome to day 52 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we are going to do something called the Lifeline exercise. I know we covered it last month. This month we're going to cover it specifically with respect to relationships, our relationships. In Guide 2, of course, there's a write-up for a description of a couple going through and doing the relationship exercise, the relationship timeline exercise together, as well as the benefits and tips and how to do it if you want to do it with someone else. Now, we did it last month by ourselves. We looked at all the different areas of aspects of our life, but we did the timeline from the year we were born, me, that would be 1960, to 2024 and beyond. I always like to put an arrow because I can plan on my life continuing beyond this particular year. And then we just put key milestone events in our life on it. And then with each area and aspect of our life, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence, we are going to spend 1 month on each of these, diving into how we grow. How do we grow in each of these areas? This month, we're focusing on relationships. So today, we're going to do the timeline exercise. We're going to ask ourselves, what impact did each of these events have on our relationships during that time period? I'm going to grab my magnifying glass. I'm going to give you an example from my life. I usually use my sudden cardiac arrest, but let's pick something different. My God, I have puberty and prom on here. That's hilarious. Drinking age. Really, really high priorities when I set this up, right? It's fun to be able to go back and laugh at yourself. Let's say kidney surgery. When I was in the late 1980s, I had my left kidney was totally infected and they almost had to take it out. So I had to have kidney surgery over Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend for me has historically been one where I have huge major health challenges, not just little bitty ones, but like put me in the hospital, drop dead, sudden cardiac arrest challenges. And so the first biggest one that got me it wasn't the first one, but the one that put me in the hospital and required that I had kidney surgery after years of chronic pain and challenges was that Labor Day. And it should have been a precursor to 2010 when I had my sudden cardiac arrest, but I didn't learn the lessons I needed to learn then. I learned some, but not enough to make the massive lifestyle changes that I needed back at that point. So that's the kind of things that come up when we think about these different events with respect to relationships. So if I think about, well, what was going on with my relationships during that time period, I'm not going to share all those things, but I would want to think about and analyze, all right, when I had my kidney surgery, what was going on with my relationships? My sister Carrie and my youngest nephew was turning 1, and they were the only ones that were free to come to, I was in Green Bay, Wisconsin at the time, Green Bay, and be with me for that surgery. So my little nephew spent his first birthday with me in the hospital having kidney surgery. So that tightened the bond of that relationship, right? We have this weird special connection now over kidney surgery. So that's what we're going to do. Today, our action item is to go through, we hopefully put up the framework for our Lifeline last month. But if you haven't done that, you can start right now, right? People are like, well, I missed that. I didn't do it. I'm like, well, just do it now. You don't have to commiserate about, I didn't do it in the past, because we can't go back to the past and have January again and do it then. We have to do it right now. So create your timeline. Year you're born, beyond 2024, and just start putting main events on it. And guess what? You will think of events you want to add on to it as you go throughout the year and as we explore each of these different areas and aspects of our life. That's the power of doing it once a month and going deep into the different areas of our life. We come up with things and we see patterns and connections that we never saw before, especially in the area of, well, in all of these areas, but our overarching toward the end of the year, we will do again, and we're going to look at the whole thing. So I recommend, I have a great big board at home, but I'm traveling, so I didn't bring it with me. And this one's easier to hold up for when we're talking about the Lifeline, but you'll see this one again. But I recommend you do a great big one. You put it somewhere nobody's going to see it, and you start mapping out your graph. And even if somebody sees it, they're not going to know what the graph means and what it's about. They might see your events, but in relationships, maybe I've got, a high relationship on one event. Nobody's going to really know what that's about, unless I got married. That's a high relationship. I got divorced. That's a low relationship. Somebody might guess who that is in my life, but do I care? No, because they already know that. All right, any questions about this? Guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page has a write-up, of course. And there are also, in the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group page, there are dozens of examples of using the Lifeline in the different areas and aspects of our life, because I've done it in 2 annual challenges, as well as I covered it, I'm sure, a couple of times in 2020 and 2021. But I'm always here to help and answer questions if you have them. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.